Today is Thursday. Today is Thursday. Chat, comment section. Sorry, I've been streaming for a minute. Last night we ended kind of late, and I stood up a little later than I wanted to. Big O for my part, but worth it. I enjoyed it. It was a good night. Good night indeed. We also had fun in stream. But let's move past that. Let's go ahead and hit into today, see what's happening. We're in a downtrend, have been in a downtrend for a while now, even on the high time frame. We're in a downtrend. We have yet to reverse any of these highs at all. On open, we saw our price come all the way down here. We went to the high time frame even, and we marked the point of control right in this. And we marked the range of said point of control's high volume node, which was pretty much all of this right here. I wanted to see where exactly price would come back up and fall. Sure enough, it came back up into this right here, and now we're in price discovery. That is the result of, wait for it, that to that. Big old fair value gap. And just so we can like see a little better. I know that's hard to see, but that is a fair value gap right there. We're in price discovery, trying to find our way through it all. Price came up and pretty much clipped this little bit right here. Wanted to see if it was going to continue higher, but it didn't. Instead, it's continuing with the trend. The only reason why I'm not entered yet is because we have a pull away from the point of control. Strategy essentially says wait for pullback. Pullback is its revisit to this area or this range. When it's revisited this range, we can essentially wait for an entry point. From that entry point, we play in the move down. We had to move away, but I don't think we can enter on this exactly. I don't think we can. Same story here. Move away, move back, push into range. Realistically, it hit this range like twice right here. So this is our window for trading after. So I'm inclined to think it's visited this once, and we have our pullback right now. There's a strong possibility it could come back up and retest either the SMA or this range. I'm inclined to think that if it does, we could see a reversal because we'll have broke past this high right here. And this high is a really good setup to clip beyond this high volume node right here. Even though the point of control for the past 24 hours has been up here, that is like prime time for price to skip up, break structure, continue up, hit this, and then make a decision based on that where to go. Let's take a look at news real quick. See what we got going on there. We have one folder from 8:30. Unemployment claims, I believe, actual greater than forecast good for currency. No, the opposite. If it were less than forecast good for currency, so if it was green, that would mean it is going up. 8 torty. I am wrong. Well, no, I guess I am right, kinda. Price was already in the down direction. We had a huge move down, but that news came out and it pushed it up slightly. Wasn't enough to completely flip the script, but in the end, we did have a rise out of it and a retest of said range. Price, regardless of what news did, decided to continue on down. We had a huge spike up to retest and then a move down. We have a huge amount of volume at this level here specifically. You can see the high volume node right there. On open, we have a huge amount of sells based on, I assume, the retest here that says, yeah, price is going to continue lower. But in actuality, we've been in retrace this whole time. Look at that. You see that. We've been in a downtrend for a hot minute now. And price just recently tried to retest this. And it could very well continue down. Of that, I'm unaware or unsure of. And so I'm not going to enter. Instead, what I'm going to do is I'm going to wait patiently for a bona fide retest. So This is where price will clip up above the EMA. This is where price action will clip above this. And we'll see it rise all the way up into potentially this range here. And realistically, if it does decide to break structure here, it'll be from this low volume node area where it is now. And we'll see it from low to low go in that direction. The thing about low volume nodes, they move fast, but there is a large amount of volume in between, so it's going to be very slow to get up that far in the first place. I want to wait for a pullback. I want to see it pull all the way back up into this range. I want to see it close, not above the EMA, but I do want to see it close within this, and then I want to see it fall immediately after. That would tell me I needed to run shorts. With this right where it is, I want to do something quick. I want to go 24 hours-ish in the left direction. I want to see another volume setup. Can't do nothing on a chart with that without it freezing up. Golly. Y'all see this chat? Saw that you guys see this comment section? See what we gotta deal with? That's why you gotta subscribe for more content. I know the past has pretty much sucked the entirety of the way. I'd like to think I'm getting better though. I'm learning. That's what matters. At least right now. That's what matters. Okay, so I'm gonna try this then. When in doubt, close the app, reopen it. Hopefully it works. There it goes. So that's what I gotta do next time. Just for it to load. Good gravy, man. Alright. Let's take a look at 9:30. Yep, right here. Boom. And then one more. 9:30. Okay. From here, we're gonna take this, this. We're gonna run boom all the way up here. We're gonna do this. And we're gonna take this from right here. All the way to about right there. Alright, so we had one point of control here. We had one, here, I'm gonna do this. Just as a potential thought. Move volume node there. Back up, retested a little bit. And it went further on down. Create a huge gap. right here. Here's a low volume node. And then our current point of control is right here for the past 24 hours. From this point of control, I know it says it's like up here, but this is the 24-hour point of control. From this, we see the move away, pull back, and it should continue straight down from there. At least I think it should do that. I think we actually got that move, the pull back. That was this right here, though. Session based point control looks something like this right here. It's way up high, which is okay. We know the general point of control, the big bad one, is actually in line with this. So for it to make a pullback up into this range, it makes sense as well. What about the Asian session onward? See if that works for our bias. Yes, it does. Okay, so very strong point of control across not 24 hours, but across 2 sessions already. Potential retrace up into point of control just to retest of it. And then the majority of institutional traders are going to defend this range specifically. We could see it come up in. And it could very well actually stop roughly right in this. If it skips over this volume node right here, it could jump up into this right here. But I don't think it'll clip beyond that. I think this is the limit to where it'll stop, because this is so heavily guarded, no one wants it to cross. So it could retrace up into this, bounce off, it could hit this, bounce off, and it could hit this line as a final precaution and bounce off. But the end result, I think, is going to be after it's hit this and failed it, it's going to continue beyond this, and it's going to move fast beyond this. It's just going to plummet like really, really, really quickly. In conjunction with that, we have our cross here. We are in retrace for this right here. Now we need to see it move up into range, and then we need to see it fail almost immediately after. Our entry is going to be on the steep move away from that point specifically. And its trend has gone up one little bit on that note. Although, I'm looking at it, we had a retrace into that, it's rejected that level. It's also rejected this level, specifically, this one right here. Potential price acceptance into the balance area. I don't know, maybe. Went up into the low volume node. Is that an acceptable range? That's the lowest volume right there. That clicked up into that right there. Stopped at that range. No. I think that's trend. Potential trend-based move. Although it did close above that, breaking the trend right here. So it's really got to make up its mind now. It's got to figure out what it wants to do. It's very indecisive throughout this entire move, specifically. Because we had the retrace back up on the 30-minute, you could pretty much see, hey, yeah, price moved up so far. It went here, but sellers were still in control, so we pushed it down here. This signifies a potential end of trend, so we could see the retrace we were talking about earlier from either this candle or the next candle just jump straight up, break this, and then continue higher. But I don't think that'll be possible because we have a huge amount of volume right here that I don't think is going to get crossed. I think it will stop within this range and it'll just plummet. Almost immediately after. We're currently at high volume node as well. Psych, we are not. We're at the only other high volume node within 2 sessions, with the exception of the point of control, and we are already away from Z point of control, so the question becomes, what is going to happen here? If it's pulled away and in trend, then it's not acting as a magnet, point of control is. So the direction in which we trade should be alongside trend. Don't trade pullback because it's already pulled back. We've already seen it clip both the SMA and this range in particular. It's tested it, it's failed it. We can move on. However, I think I want to wait. Yeah, I want to wait. Okay, there's the EMA. Per trend, we have not broke on the 30-minute, nor I don't think do we break on the 5, or no, on the hour. We haven't broke on the hour either. So this is just retrace into this range. We had move away from, pull back into. is that. Do I think it'll fall after? Yes. The possibility of it falling makes the most sense. On the 5-minute, it doesn't because we've already broke structure to pull this off. We had to move down, created a high lower than this one. So this high in particular decided to test this. We then had indecisiveness here. Market open showed we wanted to move down, but to continue to move down, it needs to move up in order to retest this level one more time because there's only been one retest of it. The pull away made sense because this was the range for the high volume area as well as the point of control, the primary point of control. From here, we needed to wait for a move up, test this, and for it to continue further down. I need to see this candle close first, and then a sharp move down. From that sharp move down, I can pretty much assume, yeah, this is our range. That price is not going to cross. We can put our stop loss right up here, and then from here, our final take profit can be put. I was going to say at the next point of control lower, but there isn't one that I have seen yet, and would very much like to find one. But I think a 1 to 4 is an easy start to a triple R setup. We have a minute 4 for this to close. I want to see it close and I want to see it reverse. I want there to be a sharp move down, and I want there to be a close off that candle. I don't want to see another fail of this right here. Because if it fails a third time, I'm convinced it'll probably actually reverse in the opposite direction and continue higher. Okay, so there's the closure. It closed up above it, breaking that structure. We actually got a little bit more of a retest than before, in my opinion. We broke up above that, but it was further towards that zone, which makes sense. It stopped just before this. I think it's going to continue lower based on that. A short is what I'm going to enter on. Go ahead and set this up. I think it should be. Let's put it on the other side of this volume specifically. And we're going to take our take profit. I want a risk reward ratio of 4, and I want to see it be just that. Here we want to move it down just a little bit in line with that. Let's move down here. That's a 1 to 3 almost. Let's put this to a 1 to 4. There's a 1 to 4. Put that just beyond to be on the safe side. Gives us a little bit more breathing room. I want to see if I can find another point of control that's lower than that. And I want to target it specifically. I think we've given it enough breathing room. Why are you taking so long? Good grief, man. Okay. We've entered it on a trade. It's not going anywhere. Let's close out of this. Reopen trade locker, because that's apparently necessary now. still in the trade. We're good. Now I need to, yep. Awesome. Okay, from here. Let's find a bunch of 930s, shall we? There's a 930. There's 930. There's 930. Realistically, we want something further down than this, so let's just continue on over this away. Wow. So I haven't seen lows like that in a while, it seems. It might just be targeting these relative lows right here, from this to this. Let's do that. Let's take this take profit, bring it down to here. I don't know what that puts us at for a risk reward. Looks like a 1 to 9 potential for 1 to 9. It's gonna clip past that, maybe into this area here. That's a 1 to 10. Judging off of percentages, 1 to 10, not 19, but 110 maybe. I like this idea. I like going up to here though. This looks like the safer bet because we have relative lows over here. We have this right here. The only other thing it could really target is this right here, but that is a huge drop. I'm looking at this volume profile going, I don't know. I don't know, because all of this is low volume, and right now price is dancing around up here. It stopping right at this makes the most sense to me. It can dance up here all day long, but when it drops into this low volume region, it's going to stop roughly in this somewhere, and I do believe it'll hit like right in this ish. So based on the volume profile, that's where I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to touch it again. I'm going to reset the chart view so we're right where we need to be. Boom. Go and zoom into this. Expand this. Boom. On the 30-minute, indecisiveness. Makes sense. And there is still a strong possibility that price could just, run up and stop us out. Let's take a look at this. That's a 1 to almost 7 risk to reward ratio. Looks like we are about to get stopped out though. Price is on the reversal potential. You know what? Let's play the safe bet, shall we? I know it's not smart to do this, but we need breathing room. Breathing room is nice. It feels comfy when there's a breathing room. So the first high within this range is where my final stop loss will be. That puts this to a 1 to 4 risk to reward, which I'm happy with. That actually works out for me quite well. I think price is going to continue down. Why? Because it's trend-based decision on top of the volume profile suggesting we're in price discovery. Price discovery says price is going to continue in the direction of trend until a reversal can appear. How does a reversal appear? Two ways. One, versus a break of structure, we can actually assume a reversal is based on not only the liquidity sweep, but when price decides it's going to fail a point control by running right over the top of it. And it's going to be a really, really, really sharp move because institutions don't want people to linger at the point where they are at to build up more volume, though it would be in benefit to them they play both sides of that same coin. Right now, I'm betting that price is going to continue lower because all that volume right there is a strong resistance level, very strong resistance level, and price is already determined off of one retrace that it doesn't want to go high. It wants to continue low. So we've entered in on a short. I think we are in the right. We have a few different things telling us, yes, price is going to continue low, and I want to see it do just that. I want to see it just continue lower. We're entered in on a 1 to 4 risk reward ratio using 1R, our 1R being 14%, not 3%. I wish it was 3% of the account size. I want to see if it actually does just that. Boom. There's our chart. Looking at this volume profile, doesn't look like it's going to go lower, but looking at this volume profile, I'd say it's going to continue lower because it's not going past this volume node right here. We have a huge amount of low volume right here. It could hit. This right here might show some support, but not a lot. I get the feeling it'll drop below this, potentially hit this. This is a long shot, long play, not going to lie. But the volume profile is there, and I think it will actually work out. I think it will. That being said, that being the case, that being the gist, I don't want to pause the video now. We have reached the peak of our retrace. In my honest opinion, I do believe price is going to go lower based on where it is now. The retrace, not this, but this retrace back into this range is kind of holding true for me at the volume level that we had already predicted. It's not going past. So I do believe that price is going to drop from where it is now. I am very confident. I know I'm confident in this trade. I just need to wait for it to play out. I'm gonna pause the video. Again, if you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave a follow, subscribe. If you're new on the comeback, check out the links in the description of this video. You're gonna find plenty of other content you might like there, you might not like. It's up to you, honestly. I post on the regular, Monday through Fridays. Gaming channel, I post every Friday along with shorts sometime during the weekend. You can find shorts all throughout that channel. Over on Or's Vault, we got streams going on. The Twitch, we have streams going on. TikTok, we got streams going on. Every day, Monday through Friday, 4 p.m. onward. Be sure to check that out. Comment below what your favorite part of the video was, and hopefully when I come back and we unpause, this will have been a winning trade. And from there, we need to scale down to really confirm what's going to happen. Thanks for watching. We'll be right back. Okay, so I think we're going to lose this now. Because time has built up enough volume in that one spot that institutions are going to want to try and reverse it, which is essentially what they did on market open. They allowed price to sweep past these lows here, move up, close above this high, breaking structure, ultimately changing the course of trend. Trend is now in the uptrend, not downtrend anymore for this move here. A 30-minute suggests that we just broke structure on this candle closure. The hour, same story. We had a good trade. This was a great trade, a good trade idea. I think we lost this trade. Why did I lose this trade? It was not because of news. I'm going to to say it's my unwillingness to think that price would go lower. Possibility, probability. No? First one doesn't make sense. The second one makes more sense. Probability of it going higher because of a break of structure, the trend shift was greater than that of it going lower. That is why I lost. Because I assumed that price would just continue lower. It makes sense for it to. It made sense for price to continue lower. Because that is the trend right now. We're in price discovery. All of this right here was in a low volume node. Every single time it's visited this area, it's been in a low volume node. So, realistically, the likelihood of it continuing lower from this point was pretty dang high until it got rejected 1, 2, 3 times. The rejections here, combined with the break of structure here, pretty much spelt out that, yeah, price is going higher. How much higher? Well, it can't go too much higher because then we'll lose. The idea that we're trading short becomes invalidated. I think this was a probability loss. Time's built up enough. The same level was rejected. And I kind of called it, assuming if the idea is correct and we do come out winning this trade, this was the limit that I had placed earlier that I said, hey, yeah, this right here, price is not going beyond this. Why? Because this is the next available set of volume outside of this point of control that price could really come up and test. And if it doesn't go past this, then we know it's going to continue lower. But knowing that it's already visited that, and it was after a break of structure, the likelihood of it continuing higher is there. It's above the SMA. The MACD is in agreement with it. It's above the volume, the high volume node. The odds are now stacked against me. This is now a losing trade. It makes sense. The probability game, I lost today. Was there anything I could have done to prevent this? Yes. I could have chosen not to enter until after this right here. I could have chose to enter right here in the opposite direction. Why right here? How could I have chose this? Well, flipping the script almost entirely, okay? We had the initial idea was that this was a giant pullback and we needed to see this range right here tested. We got the test of the range and entered in on this short here. This was the initial idea. But we failed to consider this break of structure on the 5-minute influencing anything. I assumed that because the 30-minute, the hour plays essentially said, hey, yeah, we're still in a downtrend. There is no high that it's broke up above yet. And technically, that's the case still. This is the case still, okay? That we are in a downtrend. And so down is the direction price is going to go, not up. We entered on this thinking that. When in actuality, if price does wind up breaking structure and this idea is invalidated, we should have been looking for the inverse as well as this move down. Yes, we traded off of this retrace down, but we would have been more likely to win this trade if we chose to enter here and then reverse this, because right now, as of right now, all of the volume is situated below price action, making this the high volume node area that institutions are going to want to defend. And because they're defending this high volume node area, the likelihood of it continuing higher is kind of greater than that of it going lower, because it's got to jump beyond this again, but without the relative volume in the market to, influence that, it's just not going to happen. So it losing becomes a higher probability. We could have entered on this right here from this pullback off of this range, but it would have been that would have been counterintuitive to the idea we had earlier, where the point of control would not act like a magnet, because we're in price discovery still all across the 5, the 30, and the hour. Yeah, it had been counterintuitive. Right here is probably the one spot that, aside from these two, like if I were to consider these two as points alongside this retest, I mean, it would make a lot of sense to enter in here, go from low volume to low volume. I've got a little bit more to learn. I think this was a loss of probability. The trade idea was a good one. It was in line with the strategy. I think I did well with applying every rule, but ultimately I do believe we lost today's trade. I'm going to pause the video one more time. I'm pretty sure we lost. We'll see though on the unpause. BRB. Okay, so we've been at this for a minute now. It's now 2:46 p.m. I honestly thought we were going to stop out when we reached up here. It rejected this price level. The reason I'm tempted to leave right now is because it keeps rejecting this price level right here. It does not want to go beyond this, and it keeps wanting to go up, and then we've pretty much accepted into a consolidation pattern. This right here, I'm willing to accept as a consolidation. We built up a crap ton of volume, and I really want to leave market, so that's what I'm going to do. This was a winning trade. The idea was correct. It's just that we accepted into a balance area, as the initial thought was we would have a continuance of the downtrend. As a result of it just accepting, we never got to see price hit our final take profit, but we also didn't get it to hit our final stop loss. So it's okay. It's not bad. I just need to be wary of acceptances within high volume nodes, and then plan ahead for that. So in the event I do get a acceptance pattern recognized, I can then plan ahead for when that point of control forms and actually sets up like it is right now on the chart. And then I can time out where it's going to hit, and then target the point of control for that, set my stop loss just above it, or enter, and then wait for the point of control itself to get hit, or the other side of that range to get hit. Yeah. We made a profit. It was about 46 cents. It wasn't bad. We could have gotten more, but we also could have lost more. It's a good thing we got out when we did. Good day so far. Good day. I got a little bit more to edit on this video, and then I'll be good to go for stream, and that'll be in an hour 12. So stay tuned for that. Today's a 4-hour stream. It'll be over at the Twitch link down below, as well as the TikTok link down below. And if you're interested in watching the YouTube, head over to Orb's Vault. Orb's Vault will have me, hi, hey, what's up, hello, on stream with similar overlay, whole 9 yards. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like, leave a follow, subscribe, whole 9 yards. Leave your comment on what your favorite part of the video was, and yeah, I'll see you guys there. Peace.